Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I have noticed that there's some people that are having challenges with their preparation for the interview, what to say, how to prepare themselves, um, what to do while waiting for their interview date. And there are some people that have reached out to me via emails that they haven't received any email communicating to them their interview date and time. So I would be providing guidance on how you can see your interview date and time for those that are still waiting for the said emails, and also guidance on what to do while preparing for your interview and even after your interview. So I would advise you to stick around in this video and kind of get the right information that will help you scale your Ptdf interview and also how to prepare after your interview is completed. So we'll dive right into the video. Now, uh, many people have asked me, oh, how do I see my interview time and location? Location, people already know their location, but the time and date, I've not received an email from them. They said that they would send an email with regards to that after I've updated my details, but I haven't gotten my interview time and date. So what you should do is, if you don't see an email from them, what you should do is just go to your portal, log in, and I'm sure you will find your interview uh, date and the time there. So if you go to the portal, you find, because they ask you to update your details so that you can do the categorization or the grouping, because they have three groups for engineering, geosciences, and management. So I'm sure that they must have done this. I don't know whether it skipped their mind to dish out the emails concerning the interview dates and time, but it's not a problem. It's not a thing to worry about. All you just have to do is log into the portal, and then you find your interview dates and the time there. And whilst you are preparing for your interview, what you should also have in mind is that you need to apply for admissions. It's very, very important for you to start looking for admission with the hope that you're going to get the scholarship, because it's a short time, like from when you do the interview to the time the list is released. You don't have a lot of time before the next academic session starts. So what do you do in that wise? Because when, let's say you do the interview in this month, the month of May, it usually takes like, I'd say, 2 months. Let's say late July or early or mid August before the list of successful applicants is released. So now, how long do you think it will take for you to start preparing for admissions, applying for admission in the school that you have selected, and all those? And some schools may even take time before they can, to look at your application before they can make a decision. So it's best for you that immediately you finish your interview, or even before your interview, once you are shortlisted, you should start looking for admission. So it's very important for you to do that. For universities in the UK, I think it's easier getting admission in the UK because the time frame for them to make a decision, it's not really much like that. Sometimes 10 days they will give you a reply, and it's either you are offered a conditional admission or an unconditional admission. I think a conditional admission would require you to show them further proof of funds and everything like that. And sometimes they may mention if you have like, what is the source of your funding, so um, you can just fill in. I think they will provide a space where you can fill in the source of your funding. You can just state that, oh, you are a prospective Ptdf scholar, so they would know that, okay, once you get the scholarship, you have a funding source. And yeah, and I think for other countries like Germany, France, and Malaysia, I don't really know, but these guys, these three countries, they have people that are dedicated to facilitate the admission process. Where, like for France, there is the Campus France, that is like an intermediary between the student and the schools that they want to apply to. Sometimes Campus France could help you submit your application to the schools that you want to apply to. Sometimes you can do it directly as well. But I don't know if there are schools that ask for application fee. So with regards to that, you can just, when you have your um, award letter, that's when you can just send in that they will know that, okay, you already have this scholarship, so no need for you to pay the application fee. And I wouldn't advise anyone to pay application, because sometimes the application fee, they are very, like, they are expensive, looking at it from the Nigerian standpoint, because you're paying application fee of like 50 euros, sometimes $40, $50. That's too much, and at the end of the day you might end up not getting the admission. So it's good that you wait, and when you get the scholarship, you can present your award letter when they ask for application fee, and that can actually help them to understand that, oh, you have like a source of funding. And you know, so for those that are applying to France, they have the Campus France that, like, mediates between the applicants and the university, and also you can apply directly by yourself. So it's what way that you choose to apply for um, admission, but that can only be done through Campus France when you have gotten your award letter, when you have been confirmed as a Ptdf scholar. But now you can start doing your own personal research to the school that you have in mind to apply for admission. You can start doing your own research and submitting application. Look at their requirements, look at what documents you have. If you have what they need, then you make sure that you compile all of them and start dishing out applications to the universities that you want to study in. And these courses must be the accredited courses by Ptdf. So if you apply for a course that is not accredited, or that is not part of the selected courses by Ptdf, and even in a university that is not part of what Ptdf have selected, you may likely, even if you get the admission, Ptdf may likely not accept that course because it is not in what they want to sponsor you for. So any course that you're applying for should be a course that is listed by Ptdf, and even the university that is listed by Ptdf, because they have partnership with these universities. And then for Germany, I think you also have to look for admission by yourself. But what they do is that for Germany scholars, when you get the scholarship, there is the list that of those that chose Germany as first choice. It will be submitted to DAD, and I think DAD is the body that also accept students coming in to Germany. So that is like I don't know if it's an organization or agency that admits students to come and study in German schools. But for those that choose Germany as their first choice, their details will be sent to dad, and dad will then do like selection of students that they want to accept into German universities. So that process, I don't know whether it's complicated, but German scholars that have gone through that stress, they are the ones that know how it is. Then for Malaysia, you can start looking for schools in Malaysia as well, and start submitting your application. That's when I say start looking for school, I mean the schools that PTD have partnership with. And also, when if you don't know how to go about it, looking for admission in Malaysia, there is a representative from, I don't know if there's an organization that mediates between two students that want to study in Malaysia and the country where they are coming from. But I think there's someone like a representative from a particular university that can put people through how to apply for admission and everything. But that's only when you've gotten the scholarship. So for those that chose Germany, France, and the UK, I would advise you to start looking for schools. That's the schools that PTDF have partnership with, and start applying for the courses that have been listed by PTDF. Now, um, you should note that when applying to these schools, you have to provide uh, some very important documents. Now, number one, if you don't have your international passport, it's very, very important for you to get your international passport, because that's like a means of identification of your origin, where you are from. So you need to get the international passport. You need to get your BSc certificate. For those people that applied without their transcript, you ought to have gotten your transcript by now, because that's what you use to apply for your admission. If you don't have your transcript, I would advise you to speedily get it so that you can start applying for admissions. And then you need your CV. For some universities, they may ask you to submit your CV, so you need your CV. And some universities as well may ask you to submit proof of English proficiency. I don't know if there are some universities in France that ask you, but I think in the UK they will ask you. And if you don't have a proof of English proficiency like the IELTS or the TOEFL, you can submit your WAEC result. I think there are some universities that accept that. I think Imperial College accept that. I think University of Liverpool does too. But if you don't have it, there is this English proficiency letter, sorry, English proficiency letter from your university. So if you have that letter that says, oh, you studied while you were in the school, you studied in English, your classes were in English, you learned in everything, reading, speaking, writing, and listening, all in English. So that would actually stand in, coupled with the fact that your bachelor's is in English, so they would understand that, okay, you were taught in English. And then that's it about proficiency. And then you also need to write a statement of purpose. Universities want to know why you want to come and study in their university. Now you've written an SOP for the scholarship. Now you're writing an SOP for admission in your chosen university. Now you should know that these two statement of purposes, they are different. So you have to prove beyond doubt to the university admission team why you want to come and study the course that you have chosen to study in their university. What you do when writing that statement of purpose, you just have to go to the department where your course is offered, look at the modules, look at the program outline, look at everything that has to do with that department. Then look at the school. You may want to talk about the ranking, the laboratory, the library, the academic community, but those are not really, yeah, those are part of the things that you write in your statement of purpose, but you should state why you want to take that course, why you want to take a course in, let's say, petroleum geosciences. Write it out, and then you can then still mention, oh, the reason why I chose University of Liverpool over University of Manchester is because University of Liverpool has a good academic community, or the University of Liverpool have top-notch laboratories where I can easily carry out my research and everything like that. So just make sure that your statement of purpose is great, is good, and then yeah, when you get the admissions, they would mostly give you conditional admission. That's when you don't fulfill all the conditions. That when I think most times when they give conditional admission is maybe when you don't have your uh, proof of English proficiency, or your source of funding, you've not gotten the scholarship yet. So those are the two things that usually make people not to get the unconditional admission. But when you get your conditional admission, you are like I would say 80% sure of that admission. Then you can now wait. When you get the result of the scholarship, you then send the scholarship award letter or proof of fund letter to the university, and then they can upgrade you from conditional to unconditional admission, and that's it. Why I would advise you to start looking for schools and start applying for admission is there are a lot of people that are applying to the university that you have chosen, and the universities, they have percentage of people that they want to admit every academic year. So it's best that you start applying now for admission before the admission portal will be closed, before they will reach the quota or the number of people that they want to admit for this year. Yeah, okay, that's just it about it. And for all those people that have reached out to me, and those who are yet to reach out, or those who have learned from other channels that are talking about Ptdf scholarship, and for everyone that is being invited, that has been invited for the interview, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to that you get that good news, that letter, that email, because when you get the email, it changes everything. It changes everything, because you've put in the work and you've struggled for it. And I hope that as you give it your best shot, you will get the most desired result that you want. Um, Thank you for those that have been following the channel, and I hope that this channel has been engaging and has been um, that I've been able to bring the right information to you to help you grow in your career. I would advise you to please share the link of this channel with your friends or your loved ones, or anyone that you know that will be interested in, scholarships, because I've been concentrating more on the Ptdf scholarship because that's what's actually in my head now, and that's what I'm more informed about because I'm a Ptdf scholar. But I'll also talk about other scholarships so that other people from other countries in Africa, in Asia, and even South America can benefit from. And I would also uh, encourage anyone that just stumbled upon this video to please subscribe to the channel and help me grow. I'll try to increase to improve the quality of my videos, and to better bring much resourceful and rich information to you. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye, and God bless you. Bye bye.